have so much luxury beauty that I have bought recently, and it's just all ending up in one video today. Today we're going to be working with the new Gucci Glow Skin Tint. I got this in the shade Fair 11. I also picked up the Gucci Matte Powder in this beautiful compact in the shade 01. I got two shades in the new Dolce&Gabbana Concealer. I got 01 Light and 06 Light. I think that those are just the two consecutive neutral shades in the range. I also picked up the Dolce&Gabbana Ever Icon Eye Palette in 01 Amber Venus. Slightly unrelated, Estee Lauder sent me a little bit of gifting and I wanted to use this today. This is the Bronze Goddess Powder Bronzer in 01 Light. And finally, I bought the lip oil. What is this stuff called? Oil Lip Plumper in Coffee from Dolce & Gabbana as well. I have had the chance to try all of these for a long time now behind the scenes. I have a lot of thoughts. It's gonna take a while to get through all this stuff, so let's go ahead and jump in. I should start by saying, I know my foundation matches have been a little too light recently. I buy things for like my neck color, and also it's late summer. It's all about to change. My skin is all about to kind of lighten back up and get really, really pale as we get into true winter. So just bear with me on some of these shades, but 11 Fair is a little bit light for me. I'd rather err on the side of light than dark, within reason. I would rather do that than be working against some kind of like very golden line of demarcation. I alluded to this in my recent video, my Hung Van Gogh video. I said I had been testing this Gucci skin tint. I bought this because I continue to have faith in Gucci to make a great complexion product. I mean, their concealer is okay. It is really, really overpriced, but this is the first time that they've put out something that at least advertises itself to be something I'd be interested in, because it is a tinted moisturizer that says that it has like a radiant finish. It calls itself Gucci Glow. You never know when they say radiant finish whether they mean that it's going to be shimmery or dewy. So either way, the thing about this is that it feels kind of like it doesn't want to be makeup. Like, do you see how it kind of has that like weird bouncy jelly kind of, it doesn't really want to immediately like spread out and even out on the skin. It kind of just like comes back up like egg whites. That's an odd consistency to work with. It's not impossible, but do you see how it just kind of, it's like it doesn't just immediately spread on the skin like a liquid does. It has a lot more of like a gel consistency to it, which just makes it a little bit unusual to work with. So yeah, it's light, it is. But again, the undertone is a pretty good match, and I'd rather err on the side of light than dark, especially because in truth, if I were actually able to get all of the freckles and the pigmentation out of the way, my skin is mostly that color. And all throughout my youth and everything, like my skin has been this like very pale color. I am not anyone who self-identifies as tan or someone who can get a tan. What you're seeing in terms of any goldenness on my skin that's trying to show through is pigmentation, because my skin pigments really, really easily. I used to say it was because I'm Italian, because I have an Italian last name, but like I did a 23andMe and I'm not Italian at all. So I have no idea why my last name is Conditore. No idea. You know, your guess is as good as mine. But I think that we should go on record first as saying that radiant, in the sense of the Gucci skin tint, seems to mean reflective pearlescent particles, not dewiness, which I'm not really mad at. Like, I'm not that into super dewy things right now. I'm actually really enjoying when things feel secure. Not oil controlling, because I don't have any oil to control, but that they feel like they're kind of more locked in. I got spoiled on a few things that were released. I got spoiled on the Prada foundation. I got spoiled on the Lisa Eldridge foundation. I've been getting spoiled, honestly, on the new Makeup by Mario foundation. I mean, I don't mind telling y'all, like, yeah, I got a little too light of a shade in it, but still, it is, forget everything you know about his last foundation, because this is so much better. I think that'll probably be the next video that I do. I just kind of wanted to get all this luxury stuff out and into a video, because there's more coming. I ordered the freaking Byredo palette yesterday. I don't know what they do to my brain. I do need to turn this down though. There we go. Is that? Is that better? You can still see how incredibly light that is, but we're not talking about dewy, we're not talking about hydrated, and I still think that we're coming at tinted moisturizer, which is what this self-identifies as, I think we're coming at it a little bit sideways. I'm not getting moisturizer from it. And as I have worn this day on day on day, you know, over the last couple of weeks or whatever, I just find that like as it dries down and if you powder it and stuff like that, it takes on like a satin matte finish. I'm like, not what I wanted in a skin tint. It does feel like they started at foundation and then they just kind of like backed it out to what they think is a tinted moisturizer. It doesn't feel like they started with a moisturizer and then tinted it. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like it's skincare first in any way. And do you see how it's just kind of gathering right here? It just is kind of a difficult product. And maybe it's not for my skin type, but usually tinted moisturizer implies that it would be at least okay on dry skin. And it's okay, but like it's pricey and it just doesn't really come up to the quality to justify the price in my opinion. Over the course of the day, it wears kind of cakey on me. I ended up buying 2 shades of the Dolce & Gabbana concealer because the first one I bought was way too light. So I'll swatch them both for you. This is a freaking weird applicator. Reminds me of the one from the Makeup Forever lip gloss that just like, it's just kind of unnecessarily tongue-like. Anyway, there we have 1 and 6. And I believe those both to be claiming to be neutral. So yeah, I mean, this one's pretty desaturated. This one, as it gets deeper, gets into, you know, peach and a little more richness. So I'm gonna go in with 6, not 1. 1 would be crazy on me. Hence why I bought another one. I'm not one who will always make do with anything. Like I do often like to, you know, even if it costs me more money, I'm gonna go and buy something that I think matches better. But undertone to me is more important than getting like the perfect depth level because I can always deepen something, but undertone is really hard to correct for. So my experience with this formula is that it's just a little bit matte, you know? And I expected that. I think that there's like this silent communication that happens with the outside of packages where it's like, if the outside is like a soft touch, then that means that it's matte finish, you know? But that's what I have experienced with it. I have really wanted to like it, but I do feel like it adds to the cakiness of the Gucci to some extent. It's just not really my favorite thing. I just wonder sometimes like who the customer is for this stuff because sometimes it feels, I'm gonna say something really bold here. Sometimes I feel like the luxury fashion houses don't really know who their customer is and they aren't necessarily going for the highest quality formula. Or even the most modern formula. And maybe that's obvious. You go into Sephora and a prestige price point is trying to keep its finger on the pulse of like what the people want, you know? But I can't be the only, I mean, I'm 38 years old. I am squarely in the middle of like fair neutral. And yeah, I have dry skin, I do, but like I don't feel like I go and like shop for things that are completely outside of, what did I do? I got makeup in my hair. That are completely outside of my like recommendation for my skin type. And yet this is, I mean, this is cakey. It's really cakey. Like it's just everywhere that it blends, it just builds on itself in kind of unflattering ways. It just feels like unsophisticated older makeup, like older like from when I was a kid, you know? I feel like we've just got better things than this now no matter what your skin type is. Especially since I have recently fallen in love with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. So it's not that I hate a matte concealer or a full coverage concealer for that matter. I like a matte full coverage concealer if it behaves properly, and the point of full coverage is that it gives you full coverage with very little product on the skin. But like this is a lot of product on the skin, it's a lot, you know? And it just kind of doesn't go very far because it's just a very dry formula. So yeah, I don't think I really recommend it. It always feels like I end up with just a total shellacking of makeup on my face. I don't think that's what like, I don't think that's what most people are going for. I could be wrong. I don't like feeling like I have a ton of makeup on. Yikes. Yeah, and I need to go ahead and powder because it's already creasing a lot. Not just in that one crease that everyone has, but in like creases I didn't even know I had. So now we're gonna go in with this. This is the Gucci matte powder. And for all of my misgivings about their foundation products that they've put out, their powder products are great. I love the bronzer. I bought this equally to, you know, to test it, but also because the bronzer component is this except turquoise, and I love it so much. I love interacting with it, that I saw that this was a pink one and I was like, I mean, sure. You know what I mean? Knock me over with a feather. Like, I'm pretty easy to convince right now. It does have a pretty strong fragrance to it, but I'm not mad because it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's like a very, very smooth, finely milled, oh my gosh, cover a world of sins kind of formula. My only concern, and it was the thing that I started to say when I was talking about it in my Tepid Takes video, but you know, the ADHD train took off without me. It's this just that, like, I think that the fairest shade might even be a little too dark for me even yet. Like, it's a little bit yellow. I saw it when I saw the product in the photos, and I think it bears out. I think that it is still something where they need lighter shades in it for more people, probably in all directions. But the one that I am using, still, it does. It feels like it's just a touch too dark. So it's like, I love the Kosas Cloud Set in Airy. That's the one that really matches me and flatters me. And yeah, the Gucci, for being a little more translucent, is still noticeably yellower and just more pigmented. But my goodness, it is so pretty in finish. Also, on the Gucci powder front, I know that those blushes, they were kind of a flop. Like, a lot of us were like, why are they so small? There's not really much that's like exciting about them. They're nothing to write home about. My mom came here and we were searching for anything that was like benign enough for her skin, because she has white gray hair. She's very pale. I mean, she's not super pale, but like the whole effect of her appearance is so low contrast that everything looks really saturated and like over the top on her so quickly. We were looking for something that was just like truly just beige and matte, and she didn't want a cream. She doesn't want to tug on her face. She doesn't want things to settle into lines. You know, a powder is the best way to go. And man, she ended up taking rosy beige home from my collection with the Gucci blush. Like, it was just a freaking home run. Looked incredible on her. So it's definitely for someone, and I do really respect their powder formulas. I think that it's also a little dark for me because everything else is a little light for me. We'll fix it. It'll be fine. This is such a face of makeup that I have been unsure about reviewing, because as I've been putting each product on, every one of them I'm like, eh. You know what I mean? Eh. Like, none of these is like blowing my mind really, really great. And it's hard going into a video like that, where you're just knowing that you're not gonna say any 100% glowing thing about almost anything, although one thing in this video did really knock my socks off. Actually, I should say two, because the Bronze Goddess from Estee Lauder, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful finish. I love that it's matte, it's really finely milled, and I love that the shade 01 Light is as light as it is. It's a very even toned kind of, you know, neutral shade for a bronzer that's gonna work for me all the way through winter. I have the one, or maybe I got rid of it, but I did at one point have the one from Charlotte Tilbury, the big airbrush bronzer pan, also in the lightest shade, and that one is so memorably yellow, and I just love how just like rosy grayish this is. It's lovely. Okay, fine, I'll swatch it against the Gucci, because I know everyone's going to ask. I'll pull it out in a second. But it's quite rosy. It's very, very pretty, and I love the finish on it. I love that it's matte, but look, I mean, it's just like that perfect rosy color that I feel like kind of saves the color balance in this makeup look for the moment, because that foundation was too light. Oh yeah, look how healthy that looks now. This is wonderful. And it does not have a scent. The Gucci has a scent, and it's different from the bronzer scent, but the foundation doesn't. I love how whenever I actually sit down to do like an all luxury beauty video, they're like my most unhinged days. It's like somebody's gonna show up to my video thinking that I'm gonna be Michelle Wong and I'm just unhinged, chaotic good, you know? Wow, it is paler by a lot than the Gucci. Look at that. Look at that! It makes the Gucci look downright like brown, you know what I mean? Instead of that rosy, that kind of rosy soft pink that it is. Now, I mean, I'm never gonna kick the Gucci out of bed, but they're different from each other. Wow! Let me see if I can get more of the Estee Lauder in a swatch. I mean, the Gucci has more kick up to the powder, but in terms of like, just the softness and the way that they go on the skin, they're pretty similar. I find that the Estee Lauder is easier to work with though, because you pick up less on the brush. It's just pressed harder, and again, it doesn't kick up as much. And that's just a really, really fantastic color on me while still being a bronzer. The Gucci is almost a blush on me. You know, it works, it's pretty, but it's got so much more red to it than does this. So, you know, gauge your future purchases accordingly. Okay, I don't think I have any new blushes for this, but we're gonna go ahead and go in on the eyes first, and then we'll make some decisions about blush, especially because the bronzer just looks so pretty on its own. I don't need blush right away. Let's talk about this Ever Icon Eye palette from Dolce&Gabbana. Now, first of all, this is one of the first luxury eyeshadow palettes that's come out since, I wanna say, since the Louis Vuitton palette, or it came out right around then. And it's like, the luxury on this, now, I mean, it's up to you whether you think that the design itself is in good taste, but my God. It's so heavy and it's metal. Well, this part's plastic, but this emblem on here is metal, and the way that it opens up, I mean, the whole thing just feels really substantial and considered and beautiful. Does it have a snap open metal lid where you can replace this pan for something less than $250, but probably close to $250? That was designed by some kind of modern architect? No, but I don't really want to stab this with my fingernail, but I'm pretty sure you can get something underneath this little lip right here and replace this pan. So, depends how much luxury you're willing to pay for, babe. But we're gonna put this on my eyeballs. The question here becomes, do you want me to see how much drama I can get out of this? I think that we should kind of build it as we go, and then we'll see how much drama we can get out of it. But I just want you to see like how useful of an everyday palette this is as well. But also, I just want you to make note of the fact that like, this is not a completely uncommon color story. It is nice in its coolness. Like, it does have a really nice balanced neutrality to it. In fact, let me swatch these for you. But also, I think it really matters whether the compact itself feels like luxury to you. Like, that's gonna really weigh into your decision making, because is this the most uncommon thing in the world? No. And I just want anybody who is falling in love with this right now to understand that, like, I hope that some of the romance you're feeling, if you are feeling it, is that like you're gonna like interacting with this compact every day. Okay, so you have your 3 matte browns here. This one's more of a medium beige. This is going to be a warmer matte brown. This is going to be a cooler matte brown. I don't know if you can even really tell, but this one has a little bit of like a violet thing to it, you know, when it gets on the skin. And then you have your textured shadows. This is probably the least textured. It's just kind of a beigey satin. Then you have the topper right here that is very much like Space Cowboy. It's just a little bit more neutral, a little bit less kind of like a honey beige than Space Cowboy from Urban Decay. And then you have this great Vegemite brown. It's just warm enough. It's got a little bit of a gold shift to it. It is in the category that I would consider to be an ideal Vegemite brown. So what I'm gonna do is what I always do, but I'm gonna kind of like build a matte look real quick, and then we'll just quickly increase the drama with the shimmers and see what we get to. But I think with 6 shades, we can use everything, you know? So I'm gonna start here with this one. It is the lightest shade in here. For a 6 pan, we don't have anything that's like really, really, really pale, but y'all saw me last time. I used NARS quote unquote blush. It is literally a pan of white pigment. And that is what I can use to be the white that I need in just about anything, but it's like big brush, go nuts. This is a great formula. It's super easy. Really, really lovely formula. Gonna continue to kind of wash that onto the lid. This is something that like you could use just this shade and really get a lot of mileage out of it depending on how much you build it, because you can get a lot of like intensity in the shadow with it just by building it on itself. And it does really blend very cooperatively. It doesn't feel like you're, you know, stamping it and then working against it. Builds on itself really nicely. And I think that that's why they gave you so darn much of it. So that's nice. I'm gonna use the warm brown shade on my lid just in the interest of color theory here. And you can do this like really mindlessly. I'm gonna use a smaller brush though. And they just kind of agree with each other. They blend together nicely. Use a little bit of that same color underneath my eyes. This is one where it's like, if you got it in the wrong spot, you could just like You know what I mean? Just use your finger and smudge it back off. It's committed, it's really nice, but it's also not high stakes. And the colors are so close to each other, you know? And then I'll take the deeper cool brown right there in the crease. It's an easy paint by number to follow in a palette like this, and they have a bunch of colorways, like a bunch. Boop, 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 right there. Boop, 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 like that. Build that nice little shadow right there. You can get a lot of drama out of this if you so choose. Because that deep brown, it packs a punch, you see? They do top out eventually on building on one another, but I feel like if you just add more, I mean, to a certain degree, right? You just kind of keep adding more within reason, you can get it to blend really nicely. Pretty, right? Like so easy, so easy. So like I said, we don't have a white in here for me to kind of clean up. So we'll grab Slow Burn. It's literally just a soft white. This is from NARS. And it really folds right into this lovely all matte look so far. So, I mean, that's lovely. I would just put on eyeliner and mascara and go about my day, but we have these 3 shimmers to work with. So I'm gonna start with the Bedroom Eyes Brown because we're here, you know? This is what I bought the palette for. It's beautiful. So do a little bit of that out here, just on the outer half, because that's what's gonna catch the light properly. It's so pretty. And you can pick this up with a brush too and get something sheerer, but I just find this to be so fast and they're so easy to work with, you know, it's pretty fun. I'm gonna go in with the most satiny shade, that kind of, you know, pale beige. Put that on like the inner half here. Again, you can pick it up on a brush. It's so easy to use, so easy to work with. And then I'll take this kind of, you know, this topper that is very space cowboyish and just use that right in the center to blend the two together. And it'll catch the light really nicely. Like that. I did get the Bedroom Eyes Brown up into my crease a little more than I wanted to. So I will just take the same brush I was working with, a little bit of the 2 cool browns mixed together and just make sure that the finish on the crease is matte. I'm gonna take something a little bit smaller, grab that deepest shade, and again, make sure that like we really see the matte. I'm just a little bit obsessive about this part of my eye. My apologies. I mean, is it the most uncommon color story in the world? No, but they do a good job of keeping it from getting too warm. I feel like it stays in like a rosy brown territory that's gonna make it really useful for a lot of people who might have trouble with things going too golden orange on them. And it's gonna help me choose a blush too. Tempted would take it in a peach direction. Please Me would take it in this lavender direction. So these are the 2 kind of shimmery ones that I got from NARS. And then also I got this one that's just this incredible beige. I think that that's Madly. I think that's the one that my friend Teresa, was like so excited about. Let's do that one first. Maybe I'll top it with, we'll see. We'll see. I'm having myself I'm alone in a room talking to a camera kind of day instead of like there are a bunch of people on the other side of the screen kind of day. Look at that color. Good grief. It really is very bronzery. And it has a touch of satininess to it. But, oh my God, look at it. I'm just gonna be kind of folding these new NARS shades into some videos until I get my full thoughts on them, but I don't even know if they deserve, I mean not deserve, but like warrant their own specific review, or if it's just like, wow, they are really, really useful and in heavy rotation and you're just gonna see them in a lot of my videos, you know? I'm gonna take a little bit of that and just put it in my eyeshadow because I feel like one of the things that we don't have in this look is a lot of richness. It's like those colors are a little bit different from my skin tone, and so it does look a little patchy and hollow. So I think that helped a little bit. And it warmed everything up too, but we still have that little bit of coolness, that sort of like pinkiness that's there. And so it's like, I think we can get away with this. It's just makeup. So yeah, this is really interesting. It's like the shimmery lavender blush that you could, you know, argue is a highlight. But it doesn't have like that terribly much shimmer in it where it's like, oh God, like that's so icy. It's clearly a highlighter, not a blush, but you can see, I mean, it definitely did some highlighting. And I've worn it a couple of times and every time I'm just very pleased by how gentle it is. Not exactly my like most flattering colorway, but I do enjoy figuring out how to thread the needle and get away with stuff like that, you know? Okay, let me do my eyeliner and my mascara and my brows, and then we will come back and we'll talk about this, this lip oil. I'm gonna put on some contour too. Are the same allegations anytime soon. Okay, y'all, I said that there was one really stellar product in this face of makeup. Not that this isn't a great fit, like it's heavy. Like it's heavy. In person it's heavy. Like it's a roll caking of makeup. But besides the bronzer, which I don't know if you really consider Estee Lauder to be like luxury, this. And honestly, this goes a long way because the first one of these that I bought is blue and it's peach color adjusting, and it pissed me off because it's a beautiful formula. So this is again their oil lip plumper. I got the shade Coffee and I was like, don't be peach color adjusting. Like I read the thing online for every single different shade and I was like, I don't think it's peach color adjusting. And it's not, and it's gorgeous. So I've been loving this. It's such a beautiful, it's very similar to the like purpliness that you get in like that shade right there. You know, it's got that like little bit of violet to it. So it really sings. Plus it's plumping, it's minty, but it doesn't irritate my lips. I love it. It's just this gorgeous translucent cool brown. I like the doe foot. It doesn't really smell like anything. I feel like they tried to scent it, but it's not a strong scent. Let the plumping begin. I do feel like I need a lip liner. I don't know if it's just irritation around my lips, honestly, from kissing my boyfriend, or it's like I'm just getting older and like that like lip line is just getting less and less defined, but I feel like I still want a lip liner with this. I'm about to blow all y'all's minds, okay? What did I pull out of my drawer but Maybelline Gone Greige lip liner? I think that this is the one. The last time that I got a lot of use out of this was when I first got Chanel Boy, because it's very similar in spirit, where it just takes my skin tone to just as close to gray as it can go in like this really pretty kind of purple direction. So it's been years. Years. Do lip liners expire? Doesn't smell weird. It's incredible how at home that shade is on me. I love color. I love color theory. Okay. What? That's so cute. I do feel like this is absolutely the wrong shirt to be wearing, but like, look at what that lip color did in bringing out the coolness in the eye look, that little gentle amount of rosiness that's in that eyeshadow, and just made it so much more sultry. I love that. Okay. I need to keep Gone Greige out because I just forgot how like actually easy that shade is to wear as a lip liner. All right, so let's chat final thoughts on the stuff that we tried today. I feel no qualms in saying that you don't need this. Gucci does some beautiful things with their beauty line, and this just doesn't happen to be one of them. You know what I mean? Like there's just, like if you want something that covers at this level, I mean, it's just so cakey. It's not a tinted moisturizer. So it's like, you could get it out of the Prada. But if you wanted something that isn't cakey, that has this amount of luminosity, I mean, you could go with the CL skin tint. You can go with the new Armani skin tint. This is a lot, even less coverage. You can go with the new Victoria Beckham. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I just don't feel like this one has something really strong to say that everybody needs to like run out and spend almost $60 on it. It's just not that special. It doesn't wear effortlessly. It's not knocking my socks off in really any way. It's difficult to put on. It's kind of not that pretty to wear. Pass. The same goes for the Dolce&Gabbana concealers. They're just heavy, and it's like if you want something that behaves like this is intending to. Listen, I am a brand new fan of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. It's got more coverage for less product on the skin, and it is long wearing, has a lovely mattification that isn't like super drying. It doesn't like dry to like a powder finish, and it's just not cakey. This is really cakey and that one's not. It's uncommon to find something that's like matte, long wearing, full coverage and isn't cakey. Listen, this is really good, okay? And I know that as soon as some of y'all saw this, like you've already added it to cart, but like look how healthy I look. Dang. Especially because that Gucci foundation was way too light for me. Like this is one of those things where you start putting it on and you're like, I don't want to stop. I want to put it on my whole body. It just looks really, really nice. I can't speak to the rest of the shades. I don't know, but like on me, neutral girl, like wow. Wow, and like historically, I mean, y'all know, I just love a gigantic pan of bronzer. There's something so luxurious about this. It's a butt ton of product. You get 21 grams of product compared to Gucci, let's see, is 12 grams. This is a butt ton of product, and it's just, I can't find a flaw with it. I can't find a flaw with this. The NARS blushes, again, you're gonna continue seeing those on my channel, but like, look at those girls. They are supporting me. I mean, they just, everything that I put on from NARS lately, I've just been so pleased with. These blushes, the new shades are really, really fun and easy, which is like what I grade everything on. The Dolce & Gabbana eyeshadow palette, I think it's $71, which is a lot, you know? It's a little more than like an Hourglass quad, and you get more in it, I think, than an Hourglass quad, that kind of thing. It is a little more than a YSL quad, and you get more than you do in a YSL quad. I feel like it's priced fairly for what it's trying to be. It's just a matter of whether these colors appeal to you, these textures appeal to you. I think that the color story makes perfect sense, honestly. I think the textures make perfect sense. And whether this compact is your style of luxury, like do you see that as, ooh, I love maximalism, or do you see that as Versace, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's not Versace, but like, it's just, it's giving a little bit over the top garish, and that's not everyone's thing. I like maximalism, but not everyone does. It's giving Polly Pocket, but like make it completely gilded and absurd. So yeah, I like how over the top it is, but that's not everybody's thing. And the other thing that I do feel glad that I got, but I do still have reservations in recommending it, is the Gucci powder, just because I do feel like it's like, this shade is a little dark. It's a little dark for the lightest shade, and it is scented. You know, that might be the same fragrance as the bronzer. I've just had the bronzer for so long. Yeah, they're the same fragrance. So if you already commented that they are the same fragrance, you were right. Yeah, the only thing here, I mean, obviously the compact is gorgeous the same way that this compact is gorgeous. Ooh, this is my idea of luxury, but like, if you're like ultra pale and you need something that has no yellow in it whatsoever, I would skip this. I'm not even sure how long I'm gonna be able to wear this throughout like winter. It's just, I think it's not even so much about the lightness as it is that it's just got a lot of yellow in it. And can we just get a little round of applause for the fact that all the other lip oils that aren't the blue one don't have pH color adjusting ingredients, and then they just stay whatever gorgeous situation they are in the tube. The tube is glass. It's just a pleasure. The whole experience of the Dolce & Gabbana lip oils is understated and luxurious and beautiful, and the product inside is incredible, and the color, at least of this one, is rare and gorgeous, and it goes perfectly with Maybelline Gone Grayish. So, you know, do with that what you will, I guess. High-low matching up, but Gone Grayish is just such a staple. I feel like it transcends drugstore. It's just one of those like classic things that we must know about kind of thing. But I love the look that we ended up with today. I like that I got to kind of lean into a little bit of coolness today. And hopefully, honestly, these are the kinds of videos that save you a little bit of money. I hope that I didn't oversell the fantasy today. A lot of this has to do with your perception of luxury. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, then please subscribe while you're here. We would love to have you. I'll put a video up here that I think you'll enjoy if you liked this one. Thank y'all so much for being here, for watching, for hanging out with me today. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next one.